Hello and what is going on, guys? Tomcat here and welcome back to SpinTires MudRunner to take a look at a work-in-progress mod from Invalid Redneck, and this is his Forerunner project. Now, as you can see, one version has pit bulls and the other version has Maxus Trepidors, and what we're going to do is we're going to test these things out here on the Hometown Trailing map, which is a personal favorite of mine because it combines all sorts of different obstacles and all sorts of different scenarios that you'll see throughout lots of different maps, so it allows you to basically condense all of the different ways you would want to test it down into one small area. That way you can get a really good idea of what the vehicle is like in all situations and on all surfaces. So, without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the Forerunner, and I'm actually going to take out the version on pit bulls right now. And like I said, it's a work in progress. It's not done yet. There's no steering wheel in it or anything like that. And I don't know if this is going to be the final sound either. So we'll have to wait and see in regards to that. But regardless of what stage of completion this thing is in, it is a insane package. I mean, you look at all the different things that come together to make a rig like this, and one of the biggest things you notice right off the bat is the fact that we're going the wrong way. That's not actually what we're here to notice. But one of the biggest things that you notice about this thing right off the bat is obviously how big the tires are. And the size of the tires and the size of the axles. I mean, the axles are trussed, all the arms are painted, and all the arms are also animated. So that's another thing that, is really, really cool to see. And also, the little D-rings at the back are animated too, which is like a nice little touch. But let's go ahead and get this thing onto the course and see how it drives. I'm very curious to see how it drives. Now, it has a lot of lean, but I'm sure that's because it also has a lot of flex. Now, I haven't flexed it out yet, but I really, really want to see what it can actually do in terms of flex, because I'm sure it's going to be a lot. I don't know how much it's going to have, but I'm sure it's going to be a lot. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we haven't even pulled a wheel off the ground yet. That's pretty insane. That's a lot of flex. Wow! Oh my god, that's not even fully... Holy crap! It's still got all four tires touching either the ground or some surface. Like, that is an insane amount of flex. Good god, that is ridiculous. Okay, after seeing that, I am a lot more excited to test it. Wow, it's actually got a lot of get up and go too if you throw it into high. All right, time for the backyard challenge. Starting off with the mud run. Let's throw it in high and go. Yeah, it doesn't let up at all. It doesn't let up whatsoever. It just kicks in and goes. Got a lot of grip in the mud too. I'm curious to see if that translates to the rocks. And as we go ahead and head into the frame twister, we're about to find out. Now, this is where that suspension should really come into play in terms of flex. And in terms of traction, it looks like we have absolutely nothing to worry about. Literally absolutely nothing to worry about. Yeah, if you find yourself spinning, just let off the throttle a little bit. Either let off the throttle or get on the throttle a little bit more, or just adjust the steering a little, and you're golden. You're absolutely golden. There are very few situations with this thing where you're going to be struggling for traction. Come on. There it is. 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 Not bad. God, this thing is definitely built for like a slow crawling approach. But, I mean, I'm sure it would be able to, I'm sure it would be able to bomb up obstacles in high too. But, oh, wow. All right. I did not expect to roll over there. It had so much traction in the rear that it was, it was kind of done. I asked a little bit too much of it, and I'll admit that. Alright, let's go ahead and release it and try that one more time, because I feel like that obstacle could use just a little bit of another, like, one more try. No, it's gonna go over backwards again. I'm gonna need a different approach. Yeah, if I keep trying to go at it from that direction, I'm gonna go over again. Aha! There we go! There it is! Not bad! Not bad! I'm down, for sure. Ooh, oh, there we go. Finally got it into high. Holy crap. Alright, coal chute time. Gonna try and leave it in low for these climbs. I have a feeling that... Oh my god, dude! It just walks them! And you can crawl so slowly up these different obstacles. There are a lot of vehicles that cannot do that, but like the wheelbase is so good. The wheelbase is so good. The tires have so much grip. I mean, obviously they're huge, like they're tall, they're wide, but wow, the way it's all put together is just so, like, it's so effective. Oh yeah, nice and easy. Big jump at the end. Let's see how it gets it over the jump. Woo, there we go. Swamp dip, huh? What swamp? Yeet. God, just ripping through there. Wow, no worries at all. All right, obstacle course time. Low 3 in this thing is comparable, in my opinion, to most vehicles' low 2. Yeah, most rigs bottom out on those bigger tires. This one does not. It doesn't even come close to bottoming out, which is honestly kind of crazy, but really cool at the same time. Let it work its way through these rocks. No worries there. I'm just kind of honestly continuously blown away by it. It's almost like it's impossible to get it into a situation that it doesn't like. I mean, yeah, you just figure out. It's not even like you have to figure out the line. I mean, you have to figure out the line to some degree, yes, but you have to also realize that this thing is so capable that there are some scenarios where it can just make its own line. God! It just grips and gets down and goes. I'm kind of excited for, like, every time I see a new set of tires to crawl over, I'm like, oh yes. I'm like, oh my god, what can we, like, I'm like, I want to do it again. Like, every time I see a set of these tires, I want to do it again. I want to do it again. I want to do it again. Because it's just so much fun. See, look, it just walks right over and doesn't even remotely attempt to bottom out. Doesn't even come close to bottoming out. Which, again, is ridiculous. Like, look, it's got, like, a good 8 inches at least of clearance, you know, before it even would touch. It's crazy. Walking over the logs. It just, wow. Absolutely wow. Turning radius definitely gets a hell of a lot better if you turn the diff lock off, which is, I mean, pretty obvious, but... Alright, walking through the rest of this obstacle course here. Nowhere near full flex, but it's still a nice flex shot nonetheless. Just watching that suspension work is really, really cool. I mean, I can tell that he definitely put a lot of time and effort into the suspension tuning, and it really shows. It really, really shows. Mad props to Redneck on this suspension. It's awesome. Absolutely awesome. Doesn't even remotely try to turn over coming off the tires either. Street jump. Oh, come on, really? Shifting to 5th. Come on. Yeet. Yes. Speed trap, huh? What do you do with a speed trap? You speed through it. At least I do. Come on. Even when you're going fast, the suspension is not too harsh. I mean, it actually soaks up the jumps and bumps really well at high speed, which can sometimes be really, really, really surprising for a rig like this. Sometimes they can be a little bit too soft and they'll just throw you all over the place, but it's really versatile because when you drive this thing, you know, slowly through a crawling section like this, you go, oh wow, this is a damn good crawler. But when you drive it through a section like that back there at speed and over jumps, you're like, oh wow, this is pretty dang good on this kind of surface too. Come on, there you go. Walk your way through there. Oh, Oh, I was kind of thinking for a second that might have been the first time I would have had to back up, but nope. Not even remotely. There you go. There you go. Ooh, come on. I was not happy with the way that line was turning out. I probably didn't have to back up, but I didn't want to go the direction I was going anyway, so I was like, I'm gonna back up. Ooh, I've gotten myself into a twist there. Started to turn the rig back the other way, and I was like, no, that's not where we want to go. That is not where we want to go whatsoever. This section just has some huge boulders that can be really tricky to kind of maneuver around. All right, trying to be kind of slow and steady about this, but trying to find my line. And turn the diff lock off to sort of adjust, then get it back on. There we go, front axle caught grip. It's just like I said, you run the scenario in your head of the line you want to take, and then you just take it. It's so simple. Like, when you know in your head what line you want to take, it's almost like your brain is connected to this rig, and it just knows what it is that you want to do. And once you think it up, and once you figure out what it is you want to do, it's like, oh, okay, I got you, dude, no worries. All right, now for the stairs. The stairs have been tricky for some rigs, but this, I don't think it'll actually be that tricky for it. I really don't. Yeah. Oh, this part's a little tricky. But this part's a little tricky for everything. Tried to bump it. Gonna do that? Come on. Yeah, I had to hit it hard, and it almost did it. It almost climbed it. Oh my god, it almost had it too. Jeez, man. It's so, like, almost there. It's sort of the perfect storm of, like, the size of these blocks versus, you know, the size of the, not even the size of the tires, but the length of the wheelbase. I'm gonna have to do it diagonally. That's the only way I'm gonna make it. Now I got one of my tires off on the dirt on the edge. That's kind of gonna be my downfall, I think. Okay, yeah, nope, you can't climb these diagonally. Oof, that's the first time I've ever legitimately failed the stairs. Just trying to tack the whole thing in high. Ooh, that bogs it out even worse. That's as far as she goes, I think. All right, then. That's as far as she goes, because I mean, I didn't want to have to do it, but it was necessary. I mean, not that there's any shame in running a winch, but man, that, like, I didn't quite want to do it, but I ended up doing it anyway. So it's a really, really, really good rig, though. Really, really, really good rig. Highly recommend it. I mean, this thing is a monster, and it's so capable, and I can't wait to see the full release. So, hope you all enjoyed this video. Thanks to Redneck for making an amazing mod. I mean, obviously, it is a work in progress, so it's not released yet, but when it is, you guys should absolutely go check it out. So, hope you all enjoyed. Leave your suggestions in the comments. Subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see y'all next time.